like probably other factors physically that's blocking that, you know? Yeah.
And sometimes the spirit babies have messages that they need their mom to know or their parents to know. Sometimes it's not just the mom, sometimes it's the parents together. And those messages can range. They can range from um, get your shit together because you're not making this easy for me, that sort of thing, of like, if you want me to be here, like you gotta get it together. Sometimes the message is you've got this, like I'm figuring it out, and it's nothing that you're doing, just keep going, just keep doing what you're doing,
Hmm.
because it has nothing to do with you. There's a lot of times I feel like that's sometimes the message that comes through for your clients most often is they're doing the right things. You know, them working with you, learning the tools that you're teaching them of how to get their bodies from a physical space in the right place, the work that they're doing from a mental and emotional level. It's all there. And so it has nothing to do with them. They're doing the right things. The spirit baby has things they got to work out. You know, they're trying to figure out their birthday. They're trying to figure out, like, there's things that they got to wait for, and stuff that they're doing, because like I said at the beginning of this, they're souls that have been already on a significant amount of journeys themselves, and they are just trying to get their stuff in line so that when they come in and they go through the whole human amnesia thing and get dropped into this life and have to start living their life on the 3D plane, it's hard. And so they're having to like psych themselves up, being like, I can do this, I can do this again. It's okay. I've got a good parents who are, or I've got parents who maybe not like, who are gonna like struggle, not, or whatever. So sometimes it has nothing to do with the parents, and then the spirit baby just needs them to know that. And they just
Hmm.
need them to know, you know what, it's not about you. It's about me. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Now, I think we both can agree that not only the physical health, but the mental health of a lot of humans on this planet, especially here in America, are subpar.
To say the least.
And I know I talk about how we like dumb our genetics, and you once told me you're like you don't realize how right you are, like how like bad it is. Do you think there's a certain turning point of evolution that there's souls who are like, get your shit together in a meaningful way, right? Like not in a like half-ass it, take your supplements, figure out IVF, whatever it is, but in a very conscious way. Like I felt like my journey was is that, it was a slow awakening and discovering and learning. So when I did get to motherhood and I started realizing things still didn't feel right energetically and emotionally, I had the consciousness to go, fuck, okay, I've gotta help myself to be like in the generational trauma, right? Do you think that there is a wave of souls out there that are waiting for that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that wave is who's coming in now. Like, so I've worked and worked and worked on a way to explain what this is like, because everything that I give, like I call what I give, like the advice that I end up giving is like an energetic prescription. So that's like what I send you when I do like my consults, is the energetic prescription. Not just like, here's what I saw, but I need your clients then to know, like, just because I saw this is what you now need to do. This is what you're being guided towards, or this is the information that your, guides or source or whoever you want to believe is going to help hand over that information to get you to the right place so that you can have a really successful pregnancy and birth. um out of that out of that prescription, a lot of what ends up coming through are the tools that a person can use to elevate themselves, not only from a cellular perspective, which also links up very heavily in what you are helping your clients with, but also from an energetic standpoint, otherwise in my head known as like that spiritual aspect.
Mhm.
You could also think of it as like a mental or cognitive one, but for me, energy and spirit go hand in hand. Um, and the reason for that being is because you have to think about it like this. You look at your grandparents and you see them as very wise individuals because they've lived their life, right? Now you have to take that concept and you have to multiply it by a million. How wise would you be if you have lived not just one life, but multiple lives? How much crap could you have unearthed and healed? Think about that individual as your spirit baby,
Mhm.
right? So instead of thinking of them as a young being, which is the reason why I find the term spirit baby to be very problematic among the intuitive community, because when they're talking about these souls, they're actively thinking about them as young beings that are just now going to be hatched into the world. That's not the case. They're actually very advanced beings that are now looking at you going, you're going to hold me,
Mhm.
you're going to house me. And if you're going to do that, I need you to be at a certain level in order to do it.